back. Episode 2.
To Lash Cuties.
Lash Cuties, guys. So my name is Jenny. I'm a lash artist. I've been a lash artist for 2 years. And my lash business is Yuri Lux Aesthetics.
And I am Malin. I am the owner of Norwegian Skin and Lash. And we are here to have another fun episode. We have a few fun topics that we want to talk about. But first, we want to talk about our Lash social event that we have.
Yes.
It's called Lash Social.
It was so much fun. We went to it, it's been a week ago. It's, I think, the first Colorado lash event that we have attended. We met a lot of cool girls. It was hosted by Faith, so shout out to Faith. And yeah, I mean, we were just able to network, talk to a lot of other lash artists here in the Denver area. Just kind of bouncing ideas from each other and just kind of seeing how everyone is and their lash journey, and just kind of talking about just different things, either what products where each person is using, what kind of technique every person is using, and yeah, just kind of just getting along with everyone, making new friends. So it was really fun.
It was honestly a great time. I think we all are wanting to have a community, and so it's really fun to just chat it up with other people, and seeing what lashes they do, what products they use, ask them questions, their struggles. We add each other on Instagram. We support, like, everybody's supporting each other, and I really like it. And it's fun to just see like other inspiring lash artists, because we have to have a community. Like, we all struggle with a lot of the same things and have gone through the same things. It's kind of helping, relying, and learning from each other. I think that's only gonna make all of us better in every kind of way. Better, like, at our techniques, that are like doing what we can to better our services for our clients.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, I do have to say, shout out to the Rebel Collective. I got a permanent bracelet from her. It was so cute. And actually, surprisingly, it was not planned. My cat has a collar that has pearls on it. And it is also gold. So I feel like it's the cutest thing ever.
Post a photo.
I know, I do. Yeah. So super cute. Shout out to her. She did so good during the lash event. And then also you got something to you.
I got a hat. I'm gonna go grab it.
Yeah,
quick, okay?
great.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. I'm gonna show everybody on camera. 1 second.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode, that lash event was super cute. Honestly, I'm so excited. I think that it's going to be very fun. And I think it's really cool just because it was also the first event that has been hosted here in Denver. So I could just imagine how much it's going to grow and how many more people are able to attend these things coming up very quickly in the future. So,
all right, got my hat. Got my trucker hat.
I love it.
From Cactus Cowgirl. She was there. She's Faith's friend, and I think they all made a great, I don't know, like, just coming there, and like, it was fun for us to see, and like see the other businesses coming in and also supporting like the lash industry, and being able to support them was amazing too. So shout out to all the vendors, I guess, that came and supported.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so nervous going into it. So I actually ended up getting a ticket like 2 hours before the event. It was sold out initially, and then Malin thankfully was able to message Faith and ask her if she had a wait list or anything like that. Also, shout out to Grace, because she gifted her ticket, which was able to allow me to go into it. I was able to attend it, and it was so much fun, honestly. And again, it started off, I think everyone kind of was a little shy at first, and, kind of being on the spot. But I think everyone was super sweet, very, very nice. And everyone just kind of went up to each other and just kind of was like, hey, like, how are you? And, let me get your Instagram. And just, again, small conversation, but it was very intimate. And also very cool, because one of the girls, I did not recognize her in person, but it wasn't until afterwards, I think it was the next day, everyone was just sharing their Instagrams and stuff. And once I was looking at her Instagram the next day, I realized that she was actually one of the girls that I first started following here in Denver when I barely getting my feet into the lash industry. And once I saw her new Instagram, I guess she got hacked or something
Tell
happened
me
to
her name. Just Be Lashes.
Just Be Lashes. Yes, exactly.
Just Be Lashes.
Yeah, shout out to you, girl. You are an inspiration to us. So once I saw her Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is her. And so I ended up messaging her and, I told her again, like how much she really does inspire. She does beautiful work, absolutely beautiful. So it was really cool just being able to see someone who I was looking up to, on her last journey when I was barely getting into this industry, and so it's such a cool industry. And again, just meeting like girls that are in this, and it's kind of weird. Like it's weird, but again, it's so cool and it's so fun meeting these girls, and I don't know, just being able to talk to them and then having that cool personal relationship with them.
I agree. Okay, let me tell you. I first of all thought I was gonna have to go alone, which a lot of people came alone, which I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why at least for me, I'm so shy and like being like almost afraid of other people, which is so funny. But I do feel like this is a place that we should feel that we're welcome. Like we have a lot in common. We're all on the journey together, and I do like that we can build that together. And again, like Just Be Lashes, if you guys look her up, she has the most beautiful work I think I have ever seen. And I shouted her out. I told her, I texted her, like I DM'd her, and I was like, "You're just such an inspiration." Mm-hmm. And all the other girls too, like seeing what sets they like the best, what curls they use. Like it's just fun to be a part of it, and it should be inspiring to all of us because we all do different things.
Yeah.
So we can't forget that we all have our own different little tweaks to things that we do and how we do our sets, and it's so cool. Honestly, just learn from everybody that was there, and I do hope that when we have our next one, that we can just keep killing it, keep growing, keep having more people show up, and kind of just grow it because it is so important for us. I think we're so lucky that we're starting to see this change, at least here in Denver, in Colorado, to have that community and build it together.
For sure. Yeah, and then it's like, and one thing that me and Melanie were talking about too is just like, imagine how in just maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, it's like, how big is it going to be? Right now we started off maybe, I think it was maybe 30 of us total. And I don't know, maybe in 2 years, we're going to have to rent out a whole conference room, at a hotel, or maybe it'll be 200 of us. Like, that is so cool that I think that we're just able to start with this community and just kind of build from there and just kind of keep getting more girls and more people that are interested in this industry just to keep joining us and networking and just, I don't know, just being very inviting to each other. And as we said in the last episode too, it's, sometimes it is hard to network with other people, again, in this industry or any industry really. Well, but
I do feel a lot of us are, I do feel lucky that me and you and two other girls that we know that all are in this industry.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are learning on their own, just, not having anyone else there. So kind of like having that, because we need each other.
Yeah.
We do need each other. We need each other to like then talk about if you have problems with clients, how to get better customer service, everything. So having that and like being able to come together and be like, you're not alone is amazing. It's beautiful to see.
And I was talking about that with some of the girls there. How, and I think it's very normal in this industry for girls to feel alone or they don't have that person to go to and talk to or vent to. And I'm sure you can vent to maybe a family member or a significant other, but in the end, they don't understand what, maybe a 5D fan is or retention or whatever it is, whatever the topic is. They don't know that those small details. And when you actually have that person that is in the industry, it makes it so much more relatable and you're able to really just bounce ideas off of each other. And again, I'm so grateful for Malin and the other girls that we have a studio with. But again, that was something that was talked about at this Lash event. And again, it's very common for girls to not have that, I guess, support system from other people to really be able to relate to. And I think just making those small connections and networking with each other, I think it just makes the smallest difference. Even if it's just a small little follow on Instagram or a little comment or a little text like, hey girl, you're killing it, you're doing your thing. it goes such a long way, and it just kind of is sometimes is something that you need in this industry. Sometimes I feel like we all get in our heads and we start to doubt each other or ourselves more so. And again, I think those small little pushes is what really makes a difference for us. So it was really cool again just to meet so many girls and make those connections with them.
I'm so thankful that Faith, who is lashing up before Collins, it was just so. I'm so thankful that she put this together, and the fact that we were like invited, the fact that we like made our way there somehow. I'm just so thankful. Like out of all the people that lashes, and especially in Denver, like I feel like it's a lot of competition, but also like a community. You know, like you want like it's a lot of people to do lashes, so I can't wait to see us just grow. There was something that was really interesting. So Faith has learned really how to map out a really good, and she was teaching us kind of how she does it on her iPad. And it's also like something that I never thought about. This is why it's so nice to have a community. She was showing us on her iPad, and we all call different mappings. So what she would call something, I would call something else because I've learned different from her. So it's really cool to unique, I guess, to learn from each other that way and be able to like bounce ideas. So like, how would you map this person? Sometimes it's easy, but sometimes it's not so easy. So kind of having that and kind of learning and like, because maybe something else like, oh, that's obvious. Maybe it's not for someone else. So they're kind of always asking questions, and I think that should be more. I hope it'll be more common and more accepting that like we can just ask each other, even if it's on Instagram, you see it nice set, being like, hey, how did you do that mapping? And just kind of like learn, like I don't know, like I feel like we should share with each other and help each other, and yeah,
Oh,
I
for
like
sure.
that.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I feel like that's something that I'm trying to get into where I can see some of where their iris lies and their, the pupil and really map from there just so I could create a more custom set to each person, which I think it's a whole it's kind of like a next level of lashing just because it's not what you're initially taught and it's really just kind of again trying to map out each person that's coming into your seat. So that is really cool that she was teaching that too because again it's just the next level up to upgrading your services and just being able to provide that custom set to each person.
That's what you want. You want to make the special set for the person and not make it so generalized. It's important. I do think that every person has different unique features and eye shapes and anything that like we can really customize, and it doesn't take that long. I mean, of course you have to practice, but it really doesn't take that long. So just doing you set good, I think it's gonna make you also stand out. Like don't just use one size all over the eye.
Yeah.
Unless they have really short lashes, and only can do size 8 on all of them. But like kind of like try to like make it a little special. And I think your clients, I think, notices that. And like also, there's so much you can do with lashes. I think we always can learn. Like even now, like I was never taught how to do that, like to make fans. And I think that a lot of people there was, and I almost felt like a little. I was telling everybody I just wanted to be like vulnerable that I didn't know how to do that and make fans, but I want to learn. So I've been sitting here practicing the flower bouquet method, and it's actually working.
Yeah.
But also kind of like not unlearn what I've learned, but kind of incorporate that so I can make more special sets and do my handmade sets. Also make them. I like to make more natural sets. Kind of incorporating that and just make them more specialized. It's such a art to do that. And I don't know, I love doing both. I love that there's so many ways. We have so many like great pre-made fans and pro-made fans. But also there's a whole new thing to learn just making your fans yourself. So I do think that there's just so much we can learn in every avenue. About any product, any lash, any company. There's just so much we can learn. And it's just, I don't know, it's my favorite part. I'm never getting tired of it. It's always brown lashes, this. You can mix colors. It's just anything. There's so much to learn.
Yeah, there's so many trending topics all the time. And, like Molly's saying, is kind of different methods as well. Like I know we even got asked too. It's like, oh, what method do you use? Is it the pinching fan? Is it the bouquet fan? All right, the bouquet method, the pinching method,
the shimmy. There's so many.
Yeah, exactly. So there's so much out there. For me personally, I know that I like the pinching method, which I'm also still learning that. I feel like me and Molly are kind of starting backwards for I guess the common person that's getting in the lash industry. We just got taught like pomades, and so trying to learn how to hand make fans after you're in the lash industry for a while, it's almost in a sense starting from step one and then building from there.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, versus starting, step one as soon as you're learning. That's like, okay, let me go trying these either handmade or the bouquet method, whatever it is that works for you and stuff. Or again, whatever it is, it's like as long as you're trying all of them, then it's like you're able to find your way a lot easier and faster than going a certain route and then starting over. It's almost a little bit harder to go back to that initial step and then start building from there after you've been in it for a little while. So, I know that was a topic that we kept kind of bringing up and talking about with the lash artists there at the lash event.
Man, I think we all know that making fans is hard. It's such a micro, motor skill or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn. And I do think I would rather learn it first and then go into pre-made fans or whatever. But again, at least we know a lot of the basics, and now we can learn that. I think for me, it's hard that it takes so much more time. I'm used to my set being a certain amount of time, and now doing that, it takes a lot more time. So I think that's an adjustment that I'm struggling with. However, the flower bouquet method that I've been really practicing lately is I'm not so slow, and I like that. So we'll
You've
see.
Been doing so good.
Well, yeah. See, I have a lot of clients who told me that they let me practice on them, and they'll let me do like half their sets handmade and half their sets like pro-made or whatever. I'm just excited to try, okay? And they'll give me a chance. I am happy that I have clients that are like, you can take the time you need. So I feel blessed that I have that.
Yeah, for sure. And I know for me, like I knew from the beginning, ever since I started my lash career, that I just knew I always wanted to make handmade fans. And again, starting off in the industry, always just working with just exclusively pro-made fans, it was an adjustment, and it was very hard to just kind of keep that dedication to just keep practicing on making those handmade fans. But I know a few months ago, I fully dedicated, I think it was at least a solid like 2 months, just constant, almost every day, just practicing my pinching method. And I will say I very much improved within that month and a half, 2 months that it was, that I know how to pinch, and I get it. And again, I think it's just a technique that you just get it from one day to the next, where it's like, oh, I understand it, I get it, And I think it also does depend on the tweezers that you're using, and again, how you're pinching. It's those micro movements that really makes a huge difference.
Have you seen the Maddie tweezer?
No.
From Lightheart Lash?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Following her journey has been amazing. I am obsessed. I've listened to all their podcasts, all their Instagram content, everything. And now she came out with her Maddie tweezer, because her name is Maddie. And it doesn't have the whole tweezer is a sweet spot.
Yeah.
But it's one of those hook ones.
Right. It's not a boot tweezer.
No, but I honestly, I'm biting my tongue not to spend all my money on all her products. It looks so good, and I really think I want to buy. I'm so used to a boot tweezer. I think I might look at her other tweezers too. But I struggle with my tweezer now, learning how to make fans. I struggle that small little space. There's a sweet spot is tiny.
Yeah, very small.
And I'm struggling with that. So anyway, sorry, I had to just pause.
Yeah, no.
It looks amazing.
It does. And her lash trays, we got a lash tray from her on our goodie bag from the lash event. I will say, and I'm really not this kind of person to push on anything that I super don't believe in, especially in this industry. But I have not actually used it or fanned her lashes just yet. But just seeing her lashes and touching it with my fingers, oh my gosh, so soft. And I'm talking about, I think these are the softest lashes that I have ever touched. I'm so excited to actually start putting these lashes on girls, because they are, I think it's a whole different level of softness. And again, I am not saying that just to say it. It is, as soon as I touched it, I was like, oh my gosh. And I told Malin too, I was like, I could not stop touching the lashes with my fingers because I was just so amazed. I've never felt such soft lashes before. So
what they are doing with White Heart Lash is such an inspiration.
yeah,
I want to shout out to them a million times. I see the hard work and I love their dynamic. I love how they do everything and seeing like their struggles and their wins. It is one of the most inspiring lash stories. Like I've seen, there's a lot of great ones out there, so I'm not trying to leave anyone out.
yeah,
I will shout out people as we think of them, but I have been following Maddie for a while, and I am just, it's just amazing. Like she's an inspiration for me. I want to follow her footsteps.
Yeah,
and then just witness also the empire she's building.
Yeah, and just a side note, guys, like the people that we're shouting out is people that we're actually like me and Mona have had conversations, just personal conversations on these lash businesses or products that we're like full believers in it, where it's like, oh my gosh, we're that's the reason why we're even talking about it. Or again, I mean, even just the permanent jewelry, whatever it is, it's like where we're actually shouting them out because it's like their quality of work is very much next level. And I know for sure I would not, you know me, I would not shout out anyone that I actually don't believe in. So I mean, if you guys are able to look up any of these people on Instagram, or if you are in the Denver area or Fort Collins area, I mean, for sure check these girls out. They're absolutely amazing.
They're so amazing, and I think we grow. It's fun to have people you can see in the industry, even if you don't know them up close. But like, just follow. Like, it's fun to follow their journeys, supporting each other. Like, also, I absolutely love that. It's just fun to see. It's motivating. Me and Jenny, these are conversations we have every single day. It's about how we can get better, like finding inspiring people, see what they're doing, and also like it makes us feel like, man, if she's doing that, we can start doing that. Like, just trying to like get those boss vibes up there and just start like just grinding, and growing and make some moves in this world.
Oh, for sure. And one thing also that I wanted to add to about going back into the lash fanning side of things. So I, again, even though I have practice and I feel like I understand the pinching method, for me, I still am not to that level where I'm able to lash and go. Right now, I'm in the moment of I'm just storing my fans, and I think that's okay. It's working for me right now. My goal is to be able to lash as I go. Like a lot of these girls are able to, and shout out to you guys that are able to do that, because I know that it's not easy at all. Even thinking about it gives me a little bit of anxiety. But that's like for me personally, that's the goal. And not to knock on girls that are only using the pre-made fans. Like if that's what works for you, then go for it. Who cares? I know that there's a lot of kind of back and forth a lot in this industry about that as well. But I mean, if that's what works for you, then do it. Like it doesn't matter really if you're able to make handmade fans or not, and if it doesn't really make you, oh, you're only a lash artist if you're able to make handmade fans. I don't believe that either.
I agree. Yeah, I do think that there's really pretty sets to be made with pre-made and pro-made fans, and there's so many new products out there now, new lash products, that honestly they can look very, very pretty. I do think there's a lot of sets too that are so specialized. So having the knowledge and making your own fans and making them as thick, as thin, as like unique as you need to in order to create a certain set, I do think that making like those fans yourself, it can make it more unique.
Or you're able to customize it a little bit more. Yeah.
But definitely talking about someone that has been successful just using pro-made and pre-made fans, you do you. Okay, you can make beautiful sets with that, and a lot of people like classic sets. That also makes me think about another thing that popped into my head is we were talking at the event about who does classic lashes, and there wasn't a lot of people that do just straight classic lashes, like that one single extension to one lash extensions. A lot of people now do sort of like a bit less thinner wet set almost.
Yeah,
like
the angel set, wet set.
Yeah, which I love those sets. I want them so bad. But that was something interesting that I guess I didn't think about, because I do have a lot of clients that want classic lashes and mascara look. we're just rinsing a lash. So that's something that was new to me. I didn't know, but a lot of people use that instead of using classic lashes. But I will say, the new flat lashes, game changer. And
sure.
tension is good. Lashes are soft and nice and light, and I love them. I hated you doing classics before.
Oh yeah,
love it. I love doing classics, and a part of me is like, I could make a whole business just doing classics. It's my like thoughts that I've been thinking a lot about. I really think I could do that, and if someone out there do that, I think you can do that. It's also fun for me to do something else once in a while, but I do have a huge market just wanting classic lashes. Mm-hmm. Young people, old people, doesn't matter. A lot of people want that natural look, especially here in Denver. Don't know anywhere else, but in Denver, for sure.
Yeah, and like for me, I'm not a super natural kind of lash artist, but I wouldn't say I'm on the very extreme side either. I feel like I'm kind of right in that middle area. And I personally was thinking about just kind of removing classics. I was talking about this with Vaughn a lot, where I kept kind of debating. I'm like, should I just remove classics from my service and then just, if someone does want a classic natural style, then just give them that wet set style. But right now, I don't feel like that's the move for me, and I don't think that is the smartest move right now. To be honest, overall, it doesn't really matter where you are, just because it is a trend right now of being that super natural look, natural style kind of design, and classics really much does fit that overall look, especially if someone is just now for the first time trying a lash extension style. Classics is nice, you know. And again, I mean, even if you are on the little more dramatic side, I mean, obviously, then yeah, you would jump up to the wet set, but classic is something that is never going to go away. I think it's going to be around forever. I mean, just like really just like any other style, to be honest. But again, I don't think that you should, especially starting off, how me and Malin are in this time right now where we're still we're figuring like what we like and things like that, and what kind of services to provide. But and again, speaking from my own personal experience, now I'm like, okay, you know what? I should not actually remove classics from my service, because there is a huge market out there for these girls that are still wanting that natural style. And again, it's not going to go anywhere. And why knock that kind of money out? I know that sometimes it's very tedious and it's, to be honest, annoying. I think classics are the most annoying set out of all the sets, to be honest. But again, like Malin is saying, like for me, flat classic lashes is what has fully changed it for me. Yeah. I think that I'm able to just kind of I get it more. I'm able to lash faster with it versus a regular classic set.
Listen, those old classic lashes.
No, man.
Horrendous. I don't think even now, like even though like I love doing those classic lashes now, using the old classics, absolutely not. It's not for me. Those are the one I hated. Yeah. The flat and lip lashes, game changer. Yeah. Let's just say that. For game changer. And I have them in brown, so I'm ordering them in brown on my next order. And I asked a lot of clients already, I was like, hey, can I just take all your lashes out and put it on brown? And they're like, absolutely. Do what you want.
And again, I think this goes for the different styles that me and Malin have. Like, I'm not going to provide those brown lashes in classics, but I wouldn't provide them in the wet set, in the soft wispy set, you know? Yeah. And so again, Malin has a huge market. I know that there's a huge market for myself as well. So it's either way, you're going to find, again, your way on how to get those clients in and stuff. But I think it is those small changes regardless. It's a brown lash. It's a new style. Me and a client were talking about that, I think yesterday, you know, of just color matching. I think that's a huge trend that's going on right now. So personally, I don't think as of right now I want to do a lot of color matching, but I think brown is different shades of brown is where I kind of want to go.
Listen, this industry is moving since we've been in it for about 2 years, both of us. It's changing so fast and rapidly. You have to be on your A game. You have to pay attention and kind of see what your client wants. I do think that's important. And take the time to like investigate and learn and try new techniques, even if you go back on your doll head and try the new stuff that is out there, because there's such a market. And I have clients all the time like, hey, do you do this? And I'm like, no, not really, but let's do it. You know, let me try. And most of them are understanding, but it's important to always, continue learning and not just stick with one thing. You can, but it's nice to know how to do other things. I think that just develops your skills as an artist. So you at least give it a try. Because it is so much technique and learning different ones. I think it's just going to benefit you overall and not having to turn down clients. I have clients all the time that ask me to do all these different things they see on Instagram. And sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to do this. But then I'm like, you know what? Why not? I tell them to if it's something that I really don't know. Like I'm like, please let me try. I'd rather try, and then if you don't like it, I mean, of course you can go somewhere else. But if you are willing to give me a try, let me do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that actually just happened to me recently too. Someone came in, she rented a volume set, and she showed me her inspo pic. And whenever I did her lash set, thankfully I did take a picture after and a video. And I realized as soon as I did it, I was like, okay, I already know how I'm going to change it when she comes in for her refill to match more of that inspo pic that she came in with. So again, it's not about turning away the clients. I think it's just like, hey, instead of turning them away, and again, if they're booking that refill appointment, then let me, on my end, let me try to see what changes I can make to really give them exactly what they want. And I think a lot of these girls really are, for the most part, willing to give you another shot and just kind of stick with it. And then again, I mean, as long as you're trying to improve themselves, your set, and the service that you're providing, I think it's good. I mean, I know whenever she came in for her refill, I was able to make some adjustments, and she even said on the next time, that second time that she came in, that she's like, oh, I love these so much more, So I think it's those small changes, and I think as a lash artist, again, it's maybe we're not going to get it the very first time. If we do, hell yeah, But if not, then it's just like, okay, let's just kind of see what we can adjust on our end the next time that they come in. And if they don't, then okay, we're able to just kind of make a note of it. It's like, hey, maybe on this certain eye shift, I shouldn't do this or whatever. Take personal notes on for yourself. But again, if they are able to come in, it's like really try to see those little small changes that we make on our end that actually makes a big change as far as their the look, the overall look of the results.
Absolutely. Just keep learning. Like sometimes you have to like I've had clients many times that like sometimes they don't know what they want, or maybe we are not in a conversation, not fully understanding so what they actually want. So sometimes it's a little try and failure, and like try and try again, and eventually you'll get it. Like I am pretty upfront with my clients. If I'm like, if you want them longer, shorter, different, like just let me know. Like we can always change it. It's not permanent.
Yeah,
we can change it, and I think people are pretty cool about that. Like a client, because they also like they want they want to get how they have thought in their head if they knew, but they think that we want to get our clients' lashes how they want them, and they also most of the times are willing to give us a chance. So it's okay. You can make tweaks here and there. That's why it's nice that it's not permanent.
Yeah, and that's something that I always tell my clients actually too. Whenever they come in, I'm like, hey, if today you want to try a doll eye, next time you want to start switching to a cat eye, we could slowly transition to that. Like nothing is set in stone, which I think it kind of eases everyone a little bit. I think even for us, it's like, hey, if they don't like this set, I can always make adjustments on my end for them to love their sets. Yeah. And again, and I think it also makes the clients just kind of feel like, hey, I'm not super committed to this one specific style. I can always change it up and have that flexibility. So I think that's always really nice.
Absolutely. Also, I thought that it came to my head. It's like at the last social event, right around the same time as we were going there, was all this talk about how the lash industry is dying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard so much about it lately. Yeah, and Jenny, I want to hear your thoughts. I have my thoughts. I want to hear what you think about it.
Okay, yeah. So this is a super hot topic. I feel like it's all over my TikTok, to be honest.
All over.
TikTok, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, all of it. I feel like it's this new trending topic about how cluster lashes are just fully ending the lash extension industry. And I know that I'm seeing posts all over of these girls just worried about it. I know especially for the girls that are barely getting into the lash industry right now. So my thoughts, personally, I don't think lashes are going anywhere. Lash extensions. I think that it is a strong industry, and I think it is just like any other beauty industry. I mean, there's always things that are coming up, and it's a little DIY kind of thing. And I mean, for example, nails. I like to get my own nails done. I don't like to do my own nails. I have tried it. Not a fan of it personally, but I don't care. I'd rather spend the money and get my nails done within, 2 hours, whatever it takes, and be done with it versus having to do my own nails just because, again, personally, I don't want to bother with it. I don't, I guess I just don't really care. And I think it goes the same way for lashes. I think it's just another thing that's trending, and sure, a lot of girls are doing it. And again, I fully understand the economy of things and how things are right now. And totally understand, but I don't think it's killing our lash industry at all. If anything, this might be a little hot topic on things, but I think that it's kind of the girls who are dropping out of being lash artists because of this trend. I think it's don't come for me, guys. Don't come for me saying this, okay? I'm just gonna be real on this, but I really do think that a lot of the girls that are dropping from this are people that shouldn't be in the lash industry to begin with. And again, and even if you are in this and you're in it for the right reasons, again, I fully understand you, and I know that things are hard right now. But I mean, as long as you keep pushing, I mean, just keep pushing and you're going to be fine. But in the end, I mean, lash strips, compared to lash strips has been around forever, just as long as lash extensions has. It doesn't make a difference. I know for me, I've used both for a very, very long time. And I can say for me personally, yeah, I like lash strips, but the I don't want to wake up every morning and have to put on my lash strips and go through that whole process in the mornings. I just want to have my lash extensions and good. Excuse me. Cut that part out. Okay, make a note. I just want to be able to put on my lash extensions and walk out the door in the morning. So I don't want to have to sit there and, have to wake up 20 minutes earlier just so I could put on my lash strips and, go through the whole process of that. So I don't think that I don't think that our lash industry is, being killed, or however you want to describe it, or the right word for it to say that it's going away because of these lash clusters. I don't think so at all. Again, if anything, I think it's just kind of creating more room for the girls that are actually very fully invested in their company and still wanting to thrive. And again, I think it's just making more room for us.
I agree with you. I really don't think it's going anywhere. As cluster lashes are getting better products, so are lash extensions. So are all our products. So are our glue, like adhesive. I mean, all of our products are also becoming better. Skincare is getting better. Still, people getting like their facials. So I think that's like with any industry. I really don't think it's a threat. I think clusters are probably best for some people. Lash extension is better for some people. Lash extension you can customize a lot more than you can with clusters. Also, there's a bunch of us that don't want to do things ourselves. I'm not good at that. I do my nails myself. But other than that, I will go and get services done. Please. I'm not gonna try to color my own hair. Not even I've tried to cut it before, absolutely not, never again. Tried to color it one time, no, absolutely not. There is the industry, I don't think it's absolutely not dying. I do think that in the industry, something that can be important to talk about is if you come into this industry and you work hard, you are consistent, you're professional, you're respectful, you treat your clients as they are supposed to be treated, like they are your business. And so treating them with respect, not changing their times around all the time, showing up on time, not coming in late, like of course things can happen, but just be professional. Like dress professional. You have a business to run, and even though you're just yourself, if you show up like you want to be there and you are professional and you are respectful, you are gonna you're gonna get business for sure. Just put yourself out there and like be professional.
Yeah,
That's
for
all.
sure. And I mean, kind of bouncing from that too. It's like, I mean, I don't think that you should if you are a lash artist who is starting, or maybe you've been in it for a while and stuff, I don't, you can't expect much if you're constantly canceling on your clients, and and then now they're switching over to, again, like lash clusters, or lash strips, or maybe a different lash artist, whatever it is. It's like, if you're seeing that, then it's like, okay, maybe self reflect a little bit, and try to change some, personal ways that you are with your clientele, that could help you keep them coming back. But in the end, again, I don't think these lash clusters are going to make a difference. I mean, again, lash extensions have been around for over 10 years. It's not going away, and there's some things that you know you can do with lash extensions that you can't do with lash clusters. For example, I know that with lash clusters you can't really get in like heat or like hot water and stuff with them. With which I know, again, with lash extensions you have to be very careful with, again, if you're getting to a jacuzzi or things like that as well. But from what I have heard, is like, if you're wanting to take a hot shower, it's like they're gonna pop off,
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, it sounds like it's a little bit better, I guess, than lash strips, but it's not as great as lash extensions. Just the way I'm seeing it, and just the things that I've heard about it. So
Just a little side note, also, I actually had 3 clients ask me this week about that. They're like, "Is that allowed on my TikTok?" And they come to me and they ask me, and also they like coming in. Like, we literally have therapy sessions there. Like, they like having their me time, and I'm so blessed to like have that opportunity to have them come in and have that like with me. And so that too, like, some people don't want to, like, yeah, it's cheaper, and I don't know really how long they last. In a few days, a week. I don't know. But still, having that quality time also can matter.
yeah,
So I really do think it depends on the person, on how long. Also, just if you're a lash artist, just try to keep up with the trends. There's so much happening all the time, and people want to try new things and explore and like keep up with the times. It's important. We need to update, like, be on the social and talk to other people, see what's trending. Like, people want to try those new things,
yeah,
and why not? That's how we grow. That's how we evolve as lash artists too. So it's fun.
yeah. And I'm not gonna sit here and fully bash on the lash clusters, because, again, I mean, if I don't have my lash extensions, I will fully slap on some lash strips on, because I need some sort of lashes on my eyes. But I will say though, as far as the girls who are using it, don't be so quick to bash on lash extensions, and then two, make sure, even if you're saying, oh well, my lash clusters last a week or 2 weeks or however long it is, one, make sure that you're applying them correctly, because maybe you're not, and you're ripping out your natural lashes, which is going to cause like permanent damage to your natural lashes. So be careful on that side. And then also another thing to bring up is, make sure you're using the right aftercare, regardless of whatever it is that you're using. In the end, you're still applying some kind of extension on your eyes, on your natural lashes, that can create still those lash mites, some kind of buildup of germs in there. So again, it's not so much of bashing one product versus another. I think it's still the aftercare and the health of your lashes. I know that's another topic that is coming up. It's like, okay, well, even for girls that use lash strips, if you're not applying them correctly, you're coming in with big old gaps, lash gaps in your eyes that we're having to fill in for you. And again, I mean, and it happens, whatever that, again, it's not something that should happen, but it's almost expected to, especially if you don't know how to apply them, and you're, again, putting them right on your lashes. So um, just be careful of that, and then again, just don't be so quick to bash on one product versus another, because you never know, one could be causing damage versus another.
There's a lot of good products out there too, in literally in the industry, and as as we're so modern now, like in every sense, there is a lot of products. Just, yeah, follow the instructions, and really do. Hygiene is so important, no matter what you have. Like, literally, whatever you do in your life, hygiene is so important. Like, our eyelashes, like, even without any sort of lash extensions or clusters, anything, they're so dirty. They're there to protect our eyes. Like a lot of dust and nasty thing builds up there. Let's just be good at cleansing. Like no matter what you do, cleanse your face, cleanse your lashes. Just take your care to really groom yourself and like make sure that you're healthy and you're at your best, and no matter what you do.
Yeah. And then also, and if you are interested in lash clusters, I mean, I know that there's a lot of lash artists that right now, because of how trending it is, that they're wanting to provide lash clusters for you, but to be professionally applied to your eyes versus you applying it yourself and again ripping off maybe half your lashes. So and again, and it's no bash on lash clusters at all, because yeah, I mean, I think it's a good alternative if you're not able to afford lash extensions, which again, and I will say this 1,000 times, I understand this economy is not great.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, okay, maybe, talk to a lash artist, maybe message her, DM her, or if unless they already provide it, see it's like, hey, are you able to apply these for me? And that could be another alternative. Again, it's not so much about bashing one product versus another. I think it's just being overall is just making sure that the health is coming in first of your lashes versus just what's easiest and what's cheapest. Again, just being able to have that
knowledge.
The knowledge.
Just do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research, and also do really what is easier for you, what fits you. That's what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. Do what fits you. I do think it's time to wrap up.
Yes, I agree.
This has been fun.
It has been fun. This is our second episode.
Things are going better this time. We've had a little challenges with our first episode, just with all the new editing and all this stuff, but we're getting there. So thank you guys for being patient with us, and we are excited to make more of these and talk about, again, trending topics, our own journeys, what products we like. There are so many things to come, and we are so excited to share with all of you, and just, I don't know, getting to know you, you get to know us. This is awesome.
Yeah, no, guys, this is a lot of fun, and again, we are going to build a schedule so we can have this have these episodes on a scheduled either month to month or specific days out of the month. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll keep you guys posted on that part. And again, we super appreciate you guys just even listening or tuning in, watching us on YouTube. So yeah, so more episodes to come very, very soon.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys. Bye.